So good evening to one and all present here. Today I, Hariket, Sukesh, Kumar, Sheth, one of the corresponding authors of this paper, would be presenting. The topic of our research title is deep learning and blockchain based multi-layered authentication and security architectures. So moving forward, the abstract of her work. So because of its ability to make educated judgments, deep learning has gained a massive attention in the recent years. Many of the today's deep learning systems rely on centralized servers and lack operational transparency, traceability, dependability, security, and trustworthy data provenance. Furthermore, using centralized data to train deep learning models exposes them to single point failure issue. The relevance of combining blockchain and deep learning is highlighted in the study, and deep learning techniques are used to authenticate and identify abnormalities and provide security for systems. So mostly a network with significant demand for smart devices creates a prodigious amount of data. There is always the possibility that one or more of the centralized network's major components would fail, causing a catastrophic system failure. So the data acquired by the centralized cloud storage frequently necessitates the third-party modification. This may result in data breaches, jeopardizing the privacy of the end user. In this paper, we primarily draw the attention focus on the security models proposed in terms of authentication and security using blockchain deep learning or the integration of both based on certain characteristics. The characteristics we have decided are the type of model, the models which are already proposed, consensus protocols, applications, services, and deployment goals. So why should we integrate? Now this is the biggest question which we have clarified in our research. So first of all, going with deep learning's promise has been in practically every industry area. Now if I speak particularly in the healthcare industry, clinicians have employed deep learning models to identify patients' ailment based on their symptoms properly. So this is a very common deep learning model which do many physicians or many practitioners do use on a daily basis. Now, deep learning models were used to predict the disease spread in the specific region during the recent pandemic of COVID-19, and they were very fruitfully able to you can say forecast results during the recent pandemic, and based on the symptoms and all the situations around them. So furthermore, utilizing a data set of x-ray pictures, a new data learning approach have aided health practitioners in identifying COVID-19 patients. Blockchain on the other hand is gaining a lot of attraction as a technology that can help global supply networks. It has become more sustainable. So blockchain is a public distributed ledger technology that provides new methods for protecting and distributing data in P2P settings, which is peer-to-peer settings, using permanent and verifiable transaction records. So by improving security, accountability, and efficiency, the technology is set to offer tremendous promise for supply chain sustainability. Now talking about integration factor, so deep learning models can aid authorities in spotting any physical threats in real time, which can be using biometric or it can be using facial recognition capabilities. So the bulk of deep learning algorithm relies on centralized storing and analysis for the model training, which is vulnerable to single point failure and data manipulation by adversaries. So any change in the data used in deep learning operations has the potential to damage the training model. But that is where blockchain steps in. Blockchain is a decentralized system that can manage the integrity of data, security, and secrecy effectively. So blockchain technology is being positioned as a possible sustainability oriented innovation, which is also regarded as SOI. So the combination of deep learning with blockchain can provide several advantages, including autonomous and trustworthy decision making, efficient data market administration, data security, improved model building for prediction, model sharing, and increased resilience of deep learning based systems. Then coming up to the pros and cons of the same, because it is not that always whatever methodologies or whatever things we propose are always full of pros. So we do have pros as well as cons to the integration of both of these, or you can say the single of both of these technologies. So coming up like discussing about the pros of this technology, so you can say it has a vast scope, as you can see how we have highlighted in this diagram or pictorial representation, that we have a lot of scope as an image recognition, voice recognition, text prediction, intelligent data interpretation, optical character recognition, sensory data analysis, So all of these are areas where deep learning has a major role to play. That blockchain can you can say improve the efficiency on your, you can say it will help counter the cons which are faced in all of these areas, and the integration of both can increase the data security, automation, cumulative, and make smart judgments. Increase accuracy would be there, predictions would be there, improved robustness would be there. So this diagram actually represents how integration of both of these can have a vast scope. Not only these, but we have a lot of pros and cons that are attached to this particular integration. Talking about like unethical hackers will find it incredibly difficult to edit, manipulate, and destroy anything stored on the blockchain. That is why we are using blockchain integration with deep learning. So it is a decentralized system that stores and processes transactions and data using a P2P architecture. It is made up of a large number of nodes that validate and store transactions in block form. So every block in the chain contains a set of transactions, and the old blocks are connected appropriately to the newly formed blocks to build a chain of blocks. It is considered as a network of blocks. To conduct, so guarantee data consistency, once a miner adds a block to its local chain, the newly added block is disseminated to all participating nodes. Now, artificial intelligence and machine learning are both supersets of deep learning, as we know. A model can learn the latent space representation of all the most fundamental kinds of data, such as pictures, text, and audio signals in existing deep learning systems. So, deep learning enables the hardware to execute numerous tasks with human-like precision, or even better than humans. So, image classification, object identification, self-driving cars, illness predictions, and voice recognition are just a few examples. You can we can now talk about like different entities construct, utilize, and train deep learning models. The authenticity of deep learning models may be established by blockchain technology, which results in trusted artificial intelligence systems as well. So quality control and product testing have always become more automated, and areas such as optical character recognition, intelligent data interpretation, sensory data analysis, these are some of the areas that have pros in integration of these. So these are used in today's world for future predictions analysis. All of these processes include data acquisition and gathering a sufficient amount of data to export and produce accurate yet reliable results. With added integration of blockchain, such as areas such as, you can say, they add advantages such as increased and enhanced data security, cumulative and smart judgments, accurate predictions, automation, and improved robustness. So if I talk about more pros of this integration, we will have areas such as data security. Now, blockchain is a decentralized system. The information saved on it is extremely safe. For processing and storing privacy and confidentiality, the private blockchain systems can be used. So in this private based blockchain systems, what we do is that the node's private keys must be kept secret, since they may be the sole method to retrieve data. So deep learning algorithms can be executed in blockchain stable data, resulting in more reliable, accurate, and dependable decision making. So and it is also termed as a new frontier in data mining and machine learning. It is used in both corporate and academic research for a variety of applications. A multi-layered deep learning framework excels in feature learning, automated decision making process. So blockchain is the well technology that facilitates P2P transactions. The traceability feature makes it simple to validate the judgments produced by deep learning models. So it assures that throughout the human assisted auditing states, the papers are not being tampered with, and there are more advantages to it. But we'll just move on with the cons of this, because as I said, every side has both pros and cons. So we have cons attached to it. Several of these are mentioned here in the pictorial diagram again. So usability of blockchain nodes, the ability to split entire chain in blockchain is very you can say a very new issue, or you can say a most challenging issue. The endpoints that are still running the outdated software would refuse to acknowledge a transaction from the new chain. Suppose we have outdated network, it will not accept transactions from the newer side of chain. So this is a major issue that we need to rectify. Then we have a high dependency on energy, we have guarantee factor, we have computational scalability, we have interpretation of the result, we have neural networks, we have deep learning classification frameworks. So all of these add up to, you can say, the cons of this integration. So now deep learning frameworks such as PyTorch have drawbacks such as lack of server architecture, and you can say other frameworks such as TensorFlow have concerns with code complexity, poor input channels, and rapid interface challenges. So these are all the cons of this technology and integration, you can say. So moving forward, like with the applications of this, we have several applications like development of smart contract, security analysis technologies. We have our ever famous healthcare domain. We have cyber security, where we have intrusion detection systems. So we have cloud storage, transactional fintech and banking. We have charity and fundraising. Not only this, we have music streaming also. We have internet of technology, internet of sorry things, IoT, and internet of vehicle, which is IOV. So all of these are applications of the same. Now if and also I would say in law enforcement and legal related matters also, we have a lot of scope, because like as AI is also advancing these days, law enforcement organizations are increasingly turning to data analysis methods centered on symbolic AI and deep learning. So face recognition, fingerprint recognition, violence recognition, all of these you can say are constantly been looked up to integrate, like all of these technologies are looked up to integrate and build up a strong service that can make their lives easy. So despite the fact that all of those disciplines appear to be unrelated, the computerization of related jobs has origins in computer vision, and it's quickly growing thanks to deep learning. While these achieved high accuracy on datasets with flexible characteristics such as position, lightning, and expression, extract stable identification features that are invariant to real world challenges, such as in pictures gathered from videos and security cameras. So this is particularly very beneficial in a lot of domains. If all the cons are actually rectified with time, we may find solutions. This may be a revolutionary technology, or the integration of both can be a revolutionary change in the whole industry. So the analysis, if we do deep learning models with hospital information management and resource friendly architecture, have become like more important in pharmacogenics networks. So we have arrhythmia classification, which uses a blockchain tech platform to build deep learning models to categorize arrhythmia illness. If I explain, arrhythmia is just a condition characterized by disturbances in patient's heartbeat. So during the first phase of the research, which was done by one of the authors, two-layered stacked denoising autoencoders, which is also known as SDA, are employed to extract features and detect normal heartbeats. So in addition to this, SD is retained, and during the testing phase to reduce output classification false positive rate. So the suggested architecture maintains the real data in a cloud network, and the blockchain is used to improve the scalability by reducing the system storage restrictions. Smart contracts, which are a mechanism to securely perform logic inside a blockchain context, are used to set access policies to authenticate patient read or write access in Hyperledger. Then coming up to its role in IoT. So Internet of Things is a huge network of nodes in the network, sensing, and you can say other digital nodes that are all connected. So data collected from sensors is communicated again amongst peers and also a central server device. So the main threats to the IoT network are security issues and denial of service attacks. Blockchain plays a significant role in securing the IoT network by removing the primary key from the network. An adaptive user-based healthcare system is created by retaining a set of user information and behaviors. So a lot of public keys between mutually connected parties are shared and maintained to raise this data. So in comparison to the benchmark models, deep learning was concerned with human associated with brain cells known as neurons. So human brain is split into layers and resulting in a deep layered network. So coming up to then currency supervision using deep learning and blockchain. So with the rapid emergence of digital currencies, as you mentioned, blockchain is also emerging in 2022. So several digital currencies such as Bitcoin is collecting valuable information from vast amounts of data, and assessing the value of digital items using current approaches has become very challenging. So the digital asset is employed as the research area in our study, and deep learning technology is used to construct a digital valuation analysis model, and lot of algorithms such as PBET and others such as DDPBFT are used to compatible blockchain in a proposed way. And finally, a controlled digital money system is created using upgraded blockchain technology, and it has also applications on analysis in ovarian cancer prediction using deep learning and blockchain. A one-shot algorithm has been designed to produce an early diagnosis tool for ovarian cancer, and the genetic fingerprints driving the diseases proneness were discovered using pharmacogenomic study. From this picture, like we have trained model with forecast the mutation that is causing the cancer. On iterations, like the model has an efficiency of 86%, but it is proved to be improved in the near future by using more crypto plus plus criteria. The future scope of this work and the open challenges I'd like to discuss. So the combination of blockchain, deep learning, and I can say Internet of Things offers several potential opportunities and benefits as it plays a essential role in variety of ways. So IoT will be practically required to link multiple kinds of deep learning applications and will be much more crucial in supplying large scale information real streams. So it may gather, disseminate, and analyze big data in a variety of ways, including financial, educational, and healthcare services by combining vast global lot technologies and adapted deep learning technologies. So deep learning approaches with IoT can analyze human behavior and provide predictions and answers. So in this meanwhile, as blockchain based apps become more common, the volume of transactional data recorded in deep learning grows exponentially. The traditional data storage solutions are unable to store such massive amounts of data at a reasonable cost. So we have more number of open source softwares end-to-end storage systems that do have implemented a version of this and are successfully able to do the same. So I would like to discuss about the open challenges as well. So open challenges and issues include that one of them is that the widespread use of the blockchain will result in a number of issues, mostly related to user demand for internet access, data speed, and amount of transactions made by participants. So given the ever increasing storage and computing needs of blockchain ledger, the amount of nodes and transactions included to blockchain should be drastically decreased in order to meet user projected request. Then, based on developed deep autoencoder neural network, the suggested smart contracts construct a mutual traffic control agreement. So, without the involvement of a single centralized power, this design allows for the establishment of a secure platform. It's a revolutionary method incorporating artificial intelligence into blockchain network, not as supporting framework, but rather as an active structural member that's required for its completion. However, when new blocks are added to such a network, blockchain represents forever record. As the blockchain grows in size, the network efficiency suffers very significantly. Then use of deep learning based methods requires both privacy and security. So deep learning systems currently have a centralized system which makes them vulnerable to hacking because any bad node only has to get into a unified system to modify the instructions. Because training data typically contains a considerable quantity of personal information, data breaches may result in personal data privacy problems. So the question of how to keep the training data used in DL safe from hackers is very crucial. Then big data processing is extremely beneficial for a diverse range of industries and it is a vital aspect in today's networks. So in the near future, processing collected data could make data highly useful. So big data is used extensively in blockchain and machine learning applications where vast amount of data are gathered, sorted and stored in blocks, then processed as training data set for machine learning models is very crucial. So blockchain technology offers a new way to store data more securely with protection from tampering, deletion, and other types of attacks. Furthermore, blockchain allows users to monetize their data, allowing them to genuinely own and manage their data. Then, to harness the potential of blockchain and deep learning, engineers must correctly organize and plan resources in the underlying network, such as computational, storage, communication, etc. Because many heterogeneous resources may be shared across multiple users using blockchain, efficient coordination and practical incentive which should be used for efficient coordination in between them. So this diagram does specify all of those points where open challenges and issues are there in the integration of both of these. So just concluding our work and giving up the final conclusion. So in this research paper, we as authors have focused and discussed the importance of the integration with blockchain and deep learning methods, which is quickly becoming a required solution for intelligent, safe, and decentralized data and model sharing, as well as efficient functioning of communications and networking systems. So we began by providing a brief explanation of blockchain deep learning technology, including basic principles, taxonomies, and common applications. Furthermore, we have focused on discussing about major models that have made an attempt to such an integrated model or have proposed an architecture for the same. So, blockchain and deep learning on each other, how deep learning and blockchain benefit each other in terms of security, efficiency, immutability, and implementation. So after analysis, we have discovered that there is a lot of scope in this particular technology, and as a result, we are motivated or eager in researching on or against the challenges stated are permitted to continue the study in near future. So thank you so much for providing this opportunity. You can reach me out at the specified contact details for any issues or any further information if required. Thank you so much.